This podcast sponsored by SoundDeal's biggest voiceover platform. We wish you an enjoyable listening.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're really getting into the nuts and bolts of business marketing.
Yeah, we're looking at some great material you pulled together.
Exactly. And the plan for this deep dive is to unpack those foundational ideas, what marketing actually is, and maybe more importantly, why it's so, well, make or break for any business.
Right. Because it's easy to just think, oh, marketing, that's just ads, right? Like the stuff you see online or on TV.
That's a common thought. But the sources you shared really point towards something much broader, more strategic.
Definitely. It's not just shouting about your product.
No, telling people is part of it, sure, but only a piece. What your sources kept highlighting is this whole strategic process.
Okay, so starting with what?
Well, first, really figuring out who your ideal customer is, like really understanding them.
Not just demographics, but their needs, their problems.
Exactly. And then creating solutions that genuinely meet those needs. Value.
And then comes the communication part, delivering it.
Right. Delivering it effectively. But it's also about building, relationships, trust.
So it's driving action, but profitable action based on that trust.
Precisely. Think about building a huge skyscraper. You wouldn't start on shaky ground, would you?
Of course not. You need a solid foundation.
Well, that's what understanding these marketing basics provides, that solid ground.
And it's interesting how the different articles you sent approach that. One really hammered home the risk of being too product-focused.
Oh, yeah. Without thinking about the customer.
Exactly. Forgetting who will buy it and why.
That's such a good point. I mean, think about brands you personally like, right? What makes you stick with them? Is it only the product? Usually not.
No, it's often more, isn't it? The whole experience.
Yeah. How they talk to you, what the brand feels like it stands for, maybe just a vibe you get.
That's all marketing working effectively, way beyond just product features.
Which brings us straight to why it's just so critical.
Because the marketplace today is, well, it's crowded. Extremely crowded. Your source has definitely picked up on that.
Oh, absolutely. Just having a great product or service, it's just not enough anymore, not on its own.
You can have the best thing since sliced bread, but if nobody knows.
Exactly. Without decent marketing, your ideal customers, the people you really want to reach, they might never even know you exist.
It's like that phrase one of the articles used, winking in the dark.
Yeah, that's a good one. You're doing something great, but nobody can see it. Marketing is what turns the lights on.
It's the signal, right? The thing that cuts through all that background noise.
And reaches the right people, the ones actually looking for what you offer.
Okay, so let's maybe break down some of those core functions that seem to keep appearing in the materials.
Good idea. A really big one was identifying and, crucially, understanding the target audience.
And this isn't just surface level, you mean?
No, not at all. It's digging deep. What are their real pain points? What frustrates them? What problems are they actually trying to solve?
And on the flip side, their hopes, desires.
Yes, aspirations too. And practically, where do they spend their time? Online, offline. Where are they?
One piece even mentioned understanding needs they don't even, say out loud. The unspoken stuff.
Ooh, that's interesting. Getting really perceptive.
That kind of deep understanding, well, it really is the foundation, isn't it?
Totally. If you don't know who you're talking to, what chance does your message have?
Very little. It'll just miss the mark.
Right. So once you have that clear picture, the next big job is crafting your messaging, making it compelling.
And again, not just listing features.
Definitely not. It's about communicating the value, how you actually help solve those problems or meet those desires we just talked about.
Telling a story they connect with.
Yes. Telling a story that resonates, emotionally even.
Several sources really emphasize that narrative angle. People remember stories much better than, bullet points.
True. Okay, so you know who you're talking to, you know what you want to say.
Yeah.
Then what?
Then you need to figure out where to say it. Choosing the right channels.
Ah, okay. Like, are these people on Instagram, LinkedIn, reading blogs?
Exactly. Where do they actually pay attention? Is it social media, content marketing, like blogs or videos, email?
Or maybe some specific industry forums, or even local newspapers, depending on the business.
Precisely. It's about meeting them where they already are, not making them come find you in some obscure place.
And one of the readings was clear, it's not one size fits all, right?
Not at all. It depends hugely on the audience, the business type. It varies a lot.
Makes sense. Another function that came up a lot was building brand awareness, recognition.
Getting your name out there so people know who you are.
Yeah, becoming that sort of trusted, memorable name, the one people think of when they have a specific need you can fill.
It's about building that familiarity and trust, again, over time.
So that even if they haven't bought from you yet, they might choose you over someone they've never heard of.
Exactly. That familiarity breeds a certain level of comfort and trust.
And then, of course, there's the more direct goal, generating leads and driving sales.
The bottom line for many businesses, sure. Connecting with potential customers.
And kind of guiding them, right?
Yeah.
Helping them see how you can help and ideally leading them towards becoming a paying customer.
That's the engine, really, what keeps the lights on.
But, and this was a key point in several sources, it's not like you set this all up once and walk away.
Oh, no, definitely not. Marketing is dynamic, always changing.
So you have to measure things, see what's working.
Constantly measuring, analyzing, and then adapting your strategy based on the data. What's working, what's not.
It requires being willing to tweak things, maybe even pivot sometimes.
Absolutely. You need to stay flexible because the market, competitors, customer preferences, they all shift.
Right. It's definitely not set it and forget it. Okay, so theory is great, but let's make it concrete.
A real-world example?
Yeah, like that local bakery you mentioned in your notes. The one with the amazing sourdough.
Ah, yes. Delicious.
So, they might make the best bread, the most incredible pastries, but if they do zero marketing.
People in the next street might not even know they exist.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
what might they do? Simple stuff, right? Like a nice sign out front.
Yeah. An attractive window displays showing off the goods.
Maybe encouraging word of mouth, getting regulars to tell their friends.
Or even just posting really tempting photos on, say, a local Facebook group or Instagram.
That's all marketing. It doesn't have to be $1 million TV ad campaign. It's happening on that local level too.
And those examples show it doesn't always need a huge budget. Just thoughtful, consistent effort aimed at the right local people.
Good point. Now, looking ahead just a bit, because we'll definitely dive deeper into these later.
Yeah, the specific tactics.
Right. We'll explore things like content marketing, creating valuable stuff people actually want to read or watch.
Social media strategies, how to use those platforms effectively.
Yep. And email marketing, how to craft campaigns that work. And SEO.
Search engine optimization, helping people find you on Google, basically.
Exactly. When they're searching for solutions you offer, there's a lot to unpack in each of those areas.
And they all kind of fit together, don't they,
Yeah.
to build that overall strategy?
They do, but the main takeaway from this deep dive, focusing on these fundamentals, it's that business marketing at its core, it's really about way more than just selling stuff.
It's about connection.
Connection, absolutely. Communicating your unique value clearly, compellingly.
And building those lasting customer relationships, not just one-off sales.
Exactly. Fostering loyalty. That's what really fuels sustainable growth. It keeps the business healthy long term.
Cultivating that loyal base who trust you and keep coming back.
So here's something maybe to mull over as you go about your day. Think about businesses you actually admire or use regularly.
Okay.
What marketing do you notice from them? What is it about how they communicate or behave that actually resonates with you?
What makes them stand out from the crowd?
Yeah, just noticing that stuff. Because understanding these fundamentals we've talked about based on your source material, that's really step one, the first rung on the ladder to mastering marketing.
It definitely makes you look at the ads and emails you get a bit differently, doesn't it?
Yeah,
More analytically.
it does. Okay, so that about wraps up this foundational deep dive.
So what's next?
Next time, we're tackling what many argue is the most critical starting point for any marketing strategy.
Choose.
Really understanding and clearly defining your ideal customer, your target audience.
Digging even deeper into that who.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll look at how to do that effectively and why knowing that inside out is just, well, non-negotiable for everything else you do in marketing.
And focusing your efforts where they'll have the most impact on the people who will actually value what you do.
Precisely. So thanks for tuning in to this deep dive.
Hope it was useful.
Yeah, if you found this helpful, definitely subscribe so you don't miss the next one on defining that ideal customer.
And we'd love to hear your thoughts too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Any questions or examples you thought of, connect with us. We're at social media handles.
Always good to get feedback.
For sure. Until our next deep dive then, keep unpacking your marketing potential.
For more diving about everything new in the business world with Huda Deeb, Devon Podcast, follow our channel.